In this lecture, we are going to zoom out a little bit and take some moments to appreciate what we have done so far. We have set up a full-blown collection type class, and it has the ability to add elements, to remove elements, and we can even use a bunch of operators to make things much easier to work with. We have a copy constructor, we have a copy assignment operator, we have an output stream operator that we can use to make things super easy to work with our collection type. One thing I want you to see, however, is that I have tried to mimic the behavior we have in many standard collection types in the C++ standard library. For example, in how we modeled our collection, we used a size and capacity member variable to account for the fact that it is possible to expand the capacity of a collection, and we had a chance to see how this could work. One thing I want to bring to your attention is that actually the std string class we have been using all along is also using the same mechanisms. It is internally using an array to store collections of characters. And for example, if we do std string and create an object and call this data, and if we try and call members on this, we can see that we have a capacity member variable we can call this to get the capacity of our string object. If we go down and look at size, we can see a size member variable. We can use these things, and you see they really match what we designed for in our collection type. If you want to see this information in the documentation, for example, in your favorite C++ standard library reference, mine is CPP reference. If I search for std string, that's going to bring me to this type here, which is really a super type for a string in C++. You can think of this as that. If we go down, we're going to see that we have these same member variables. For example, we have a size member, we have a capacity member. This is a function, so this is going to return the capacity. But if you dig into the implementation of this, you're going to find these things. For example, if you want to see how this class is set up in C++, you can open up this header where it is defined. We can see this. Let's wait for this to open up. And we're going to have all the things we have inside. But if we go down, we're going to see the data that would give us a few insights into how this class really works. Let's go down and see if we can find the std string or the basic string class. We have that here, and you see that there is a lot of mumbo jumbo that we don't really understand yet. But the main message is that the things that we use to design our BoxContainer class, the same ideas are used in the C++ standard library, and hopefully that could encourage you to know that we are on the right track to do things the way the experts even do things. And this is super cool. You should strive to do things the way experts do things. Another point is that you can actually steal ideas from the standard library itself. So for example, if we go in, we should find our size thing. We have a method here, for example, which could resize our string, and this could work in the same way as our expand method. And we have a lot of things we can really learn from classes like this, because this is a very strong and tested class that you can really learn from. You see the operators we set up are available in here. You see we have append methods, which could really work as our add method. We can learn a lot of things from classes like this, and I wanted you to have this idea in your mind. Don't be afraid to use the documentation for these types and learn from them, because even if you don't understand the full picture, for example, we have things we haven't really learned about yet. We have allocators, we have a bunch of things we don't really know yet. We have iterators, but don't worry. You can look at things you can really understand, for example, and learn from this and make your classes better. This is the idea I want to convey in this lecture. Hopefully this wasn't confusing. We are going to stop here in this lecture. In the next one, we're going to see how we can set up our BoxContainer class to work with multiple types. So far, we have only been able to store in integers, but we're going to see that we can even store in double types or character types, and we're going to see how that could work in the next lecture. So go ahead and finish up here and meet me there.